Hello everyone, you're welcome back again. We're going to solve for the value of x from this radical equation. We're given that square root of 2x is equal to square root of 2 root x. And we are looking for the value of x that will satisfy this equation. The first thing we need to do is to rewrite the equation. So we are given from the left hand side is what? Square root of 2x, which is equal to square root of 2 then root x. Now the next thing we're going to do is to eliminate the square root, and to eliminate the square root we're going to square both sides of the equation. So we square the left hand side and also we square the right hand side, so that this square here is going to cancel the square root. Then in the left hand side we are left with only 2x, which is going to be equal to, and also the square here is going to cancel the square root, so we're going to left with only 2 root x in the right hand side. Now the next thing we're going to do, remember we are looking for the value of x. Here we have 2 in the left hand side and we also have 2 in the right hand side, so we can just eliminate that 2, or we just divide both sides by 2, so that this 2 is going to cancel this 2, and also this 2 also is going to cancel this 2. So in the left hand side we are left with only x, which is going to be equal to root of x. Now, how are we going to do to get the value of x? Root x is attached, square root is attached to this x in the right hand side. So we need to eliminate that square root by square both sides again. Because in an equation, if you do anything to one side, you must also do to the second side. So when we square the right hand side in order to clear the square root, we need to also do the same thing to the left hand side. So that this square is going to cancel the square root. In the right hand side, we have x. In the left hand side, we have x to power 2, which is the same as x squared, which is equal to, here when the square root cancel the square, is going to remain only x. Now the next thing we're going to do is to take this x back to the left hand side. So we're going to have x squared, and when this positive cross become negative x, so everything will be equal to 0 because there's nothing left in the right hand side. Now what are we going to do? As you can see, this equation have already turned to quadratic equation because the highest power of the variable is 2. Now we can use factorization. Here we have x squared minus x. X is common, so we're going to factor out x. Then we open bracket. X squared divided by x, it will be x minus x divided by s is going to be 1. Then everything will be equal to 0. For you to know that you do proper factorization, when you use this x to open this bracket, you are going to get x squared minus x back. Now recall, when two terms multiply itself is to give you 0, you said that one of them is 0, but we don't know which one is 0 exactly. So we equate the first one to be 0, or the second one, which is this bracket, x minus 1 to be equal to 0. So here x is equal to 0. This is one of the solution. Now to get the second solution, we are going to have x to be equal to, when we take this one to the right hand side, become positive 1. So this is our x2. Now we solve x to be equal to 0 or 1. Now, but whenever you solve any radical equation, you need to plug in the value you find to the original equation to make sure that the right hand side is the same as the left hand side. Now let's plug in. Remember, this is the original equation. Square root of 2x equal to square root of 2 root x. So we're going to recopy the original equation, which is what? Square root of 2x, which is equal to square root of 2 then root x. Now at x equal to 0, when we plug in 0 to this original equation, this is going to be square root of, if you plug in 0 here in place of x, 2 multiplied by 0 is the same as 0, which is equal to, then here we have square root. If you plug in 0 here, square root of 0 is 0, 0 multiplied by 2 is the same as 0. So therefore, the first value satisfies the equation because of what the left hand side is the same as the right hand side after substitution. Now the second value at x is equal to 1. We're going to plug in 1 to the original equation. So this is the original equation. This is going to be square root of, when we plug in 1 here, 2 multiplied by 1 is going to be 2, which is going to be equal to, then when we plug in 1 to the right hand side, square root of 1 is the same as 1, then 1 multiplied by 2, it will also give us 2. So therefore the right hand side is also the same with the right hand side. So therefore we can conclude that these two values, x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1, satisfy this radical equation. Thank you for watching.